Here at Over the Vest, we love our hydrangeas, and we're continually striving to find the best performing varieties for our region. That's the Mid-Atlantic and Northeastern states. And part of our testing and trialing is to take the varieties that we believe to have the best potential and grow them here under the same sort of conditions as they would experience in your garden. I think at the last count we have 35 or maybe 37 different varieties planted out here so that we can evaluate their performance. And today, in this video, I'm going to take you and show you 3 of the top performers out of that testing and trialing. But there are others too that are showing a lot of potential. And as we evaluate them and put together the information, I'll be bringing you details about those in subsequent videos. So be sure to stay tuned, and if you haven't already, it might be a good time to think about subscribing to our channel and perhaps even sharing some of this information with some of your friends if you think that they would be interested too. But at least today, if I take you now into the nursery, I'll be able to show you 3 of the top performers that we found here do very well in our trials. You'll be able to do your research, perhaps put them on your wish list, and then when you go along and visit some of our partnering garden centres, and there's hundreds of those located all over our Northeast and Mid-Atlantic region, you'll be able to go there and see the plants and be already ahead of the curve. So let me take you now and I'll show you the first of those 3 plants. So here it is. This is what I'm talking about. Look at that for a beautiful sight. This is Hydrangea Let's Dance Can Do, one that I featured in a video that's here on this channel 3 years ago. Focusing at that point on it as a new plant, we knew it was good, but now 3 years on, after testing and trialing it and growing it in the nursery, as you see, we are absolutely delighted with this variety, which incidentally has been introduced by proven winners. It's an absolute beauty. If you want to go and check out the video that we published at that time, you'll be able to get the scoop on all of the details about this variety. As you see, it's very free flowering, has this really gorgeous lace cap type flower on it. The nice thing we love about this is that it doesn't get too tall and it reblooms as well. And in our remontancy trials, we found that this comes back really well. It's a little later flowering than some of the other varieties, but as you see, when you look down this house and look at these individual plants that you're going to see when you go and visit the garden centres, I think you can see that the wait is definitely worth waiting on. This is Hydrangea Let's Dance Can Do. Definitely needs to be, I think, on your wish list. And then it's time to get out your sunglasses. These pictures that you're seeing on this video have not been altered. They have not been photoshopped or anything like that. The color that you're seeing here in this variety is it in reality. They have not been altered. And this is a variety that we've been watching and working with now for, I don't know, probably 8 or 9 years. This, of course, if you don't already recognize it, is Hydrangea Endless Summer, and the variety is Summer Crush. It's also one that we featured on a separate video where I went in and told you all the details about it, explained how to plant it, how to grow it, what it does, all that sort of stuff. So again, make a note of this one and then dive in and listen to that video if you haven't caught it already, and perhaps even share it with some of your friends. And of course, if you like what we're showing you and telling you, be sure to hit the like icon too, because that helps other people discover about these fantastic plants as well. But look at this, and that's what I wanted to show you. The consistency of these big, beautiful flowers that are on here. And then look at the individual plants, and you'll see that here's a flower head that's probably about 8 inches or so in diameter, with beautiful overlapping florets, as you see, tightly packed on this sturdy stem. But then look here, and here's one that's just now breaking out. And then look what's happening here. Here are flower buds that are coming up. That means that you're able to concentrate the display through a longer period. And when we have tested and trialed this one in our outdoor trials, it has consistently performed exceptionally well. So therefore, this second variety, Hydrangea Endless Summer, Summer Crush, is another one that, without any form of hesitancy whatsoever, would recommend that you put that on your list too, and then look forward to having a beautiful site like this in your garden. And then, what about this? Isn't this absolutely magnificent? This is Hydrangea Let's Dance, and the variety is Sky View. When I look down this whole crop here now, it is so consistent, so bushy, so compact, so free flowering. This has to be close, absolutely close to pure perfection. Breeding, growing, testing, trialing, putting it all together to bring you a plant that is absolutely outstanding. That's the third plant that I wanted to show you today, and to tell you about why the breeding and trialing and testing is so important, and why we can so confidently tell you that this is a plant that you should really think about growing in your garden, because this has almost everything, just like the other two I showed you, that you're looking for in a plant that's reliable and hardy and easy to grow and very free flowering. When you look down here, I'm really hard pushed to find any leaves. There's so many flowers on any of these plants. I could pick up any one of them, and there you see it's just absolutely packed with flowers. If you had plastic flower heads and you stuck them all in, you wouldn't be able to create something. But of course, these are not. This is a living plant, the manifestation of a lot of behind the scenes breeding work that comes together to really make a plant that is, I think, just wonderful. Now, if you're interested in finding out more about this, tune in to another video that we have here on our channel. It's one that we posted 2 years ago when the plant at that stage was much newer, and at that point we were excited because we could see already how free flowering it was. But when I filmed that video, it'll be interesting for you to look at it and compare it. You will see that at that time most of the flowers were at about this stage. They were still just unfolding, so you didn't get a chance really to see it at its full benefit, at its full magnificence. And I remember at that time my colleague Sue Redfern came to visit us here on the nursery, and I took her over and showed it to her, and she was a little skeptical at first because she was wondering about how it was going to do in New England conditions. But when I was breaking into the background, the genetics that go into developing varieties like this, and then after 2 years of us testing it in our outdoor remontancy trials to see how it comes through the winter, then to see how it responds if any of the shoots are killed back, and then to see how it grows as a garden plant. That's what makes me now know that this is an outstanding plant, just like the other two varieties that I mentioned earlier. Any of those three, I think you're going to enjoy growing, but don't stop at that, because we are still testing and trialing, and there's more varieties over there that I want to tell you about. That's part of the fun of my job, is taking you and showing you the really good stuff. This is David Wilson. Enjoy your gardening. It's good for us, and it's very good for our environment too. Beautiful.